Hello students, today we are going to discuss your worksheet number 28 for the 7th September. As we are discussing the chapter life process, this is your third life process which we are going to discuss, that is transportation. First we will discuss in human beings, then in case of plants. So before discussing transportation, we will just see why this transportation is necessary. As we are multicellular organisms and we require food, oxygen and other substance from one part of the body to the other. For this purpose we require some system, and this system is known as circulatory or transportation system. So this transportation system is responsible for passing on all these things. Your human circulatory system consists of three parts. We will read about heart, we will read about blood vessels, we will read about the blood and lymph. Now heart is doing what? It is pumping the blood around your body. Arteries and veins are the different vessels which are carrying this, and blood and lymph is the medium through which this transportation is occurring. So let's start with one by one. First we'll see what is heart. It is a muscular organ which is composed of cardiac muscles, okay, and it is as big as your fist size. That means left hand fist size is set. Anybody's person having the size wants to know the size of your heart, you just see your fist size left hand and that will be the size of your heart. It is composed of four chambers, two atriums and two ventricles, and they are two divided into right and left. Right side is having the deoxygenated blood and left side is having the oxygenated blood. Upper two parts are known as atriums and lower two parts are known as ventricles. Now in total your heart beats around 72 times per minute, and in one beat it is transporting 70 ml of blood in one cardiac cycle. So you can multiply and calculate the total number of blood which is circulated in total one complete minutes, that is 72 times how much blood is passed on from your heart. Now the what is happening in your heart is doing the work. Firstly the lungs which has purified the blood which is taken from the lungs to the heart by the pulmonary vein. Okay, you remember this word pulmonary vein, which is actually taking the deoxygenated blood, but it is exception in case of this. It is bringing the pure blood from your lungs to heart on the left side. This oxygen rich blood come to the left atrium, and on contraction it will transfer to the left ventricle, and from there it will be pumped out to your body. Next is the from body the deoxygenated blood will be carried to the right side of your atrium, then to the right ventricle, and then passed on to the different parts, and then passed on to the lungs for the purification. Now remember, this ventricles have to pump blood into various, so they have thick muscular walls than the atrium, and valves ensure that the blood does not flow outside. There are the valves present here which does not allow when they are contracting to blood go back to the atrium. So this circulation in case of human beings is said to be double circulation. Why it is said to be double circulation? Because your blood travels twice through the heart, one in one complete cycle. From one side, that is right side, it is having deoxygenated, then left side it is having oxygenated. So first it is going in the deoxygenated form, then going to the lungs, then coming from lungs to the left side and body organ. So it is traveling two times. That's why it is called the double circulation, which are it helps the organism to have high energy, such as birds and mammals. This intermixing of, or you can say complete separation of blood, is very much helpful to get the higher energy. Next is blood vessels. These are the distributing vessels and these are the collecting vessels. Arteries generally distribute blood from heart to different body parts, and veins collect this deoxygenated blood from different body parts to heart. So that's why they are collecting and these are distributing. This we have said, deoxygenated and except pulmonary artery, which is taking blood from your heart to lungs, and pulmonary vein which is bringing blood from your lungs to heart. These arteries are thick and elastic walls. This you have to remember, because blood from heart is traveling in high pressure, so the walls doesn't burst out. So that's why these are thick wall, while the veins are thick and elastic. These have don't have valves because pure blood is flowing through, but these have valves which allows the flow blood only in one direction, and also doesn't allow the deoxygenated blood to go back into the heart. These are generally deeply seated. You cannot see an artery some areas are there on your wrist or neck portion where they are superficial, while these veins are superficial. Capillaries, these are blood vessels which have single cell walls. These capillaries are merged together to form veins, and they convert the blood away from the organs and tissue. If you see the diagram, these are generally make like this. This is if your arteries, then they divide in like this finger like projections, and here from this then they divide, and this formation of arteries and veins, this they are interconnected with each other. You remember, the blood of never comes out from these vessels. Next is the what is blood. When we say blood, actually blood is divided into different components. So when we say solid component, then it is said to be the three things: blood corpuscles, platelets, and blood vessels. And if we say this liquid component, then we say plasma only. Now this blood corpuscles or RBC are known as red blood cells, platelets is the second, and white blood cells are the third type of cell. So these three types of cell are present in your blood. Function of RBC to carry oxygen and carbon dioxide, and it contains hemoglobin which imparts red color. Platelets help in blood clotting, and WBC provide defense by engulfing the germs, producing antibodies. This yellow color fluid is actually providing a medium. It transports food, carbon dioxide, waste, etc. Now one thing more is there, another kind of fluid which is flowing in between the cellular space, which is known as lymph. Okay, this is actually white in color because this is formed by the extracellular fluid. It is known as in between the excess of fluid which is flowing through your blood, which ooze out from the cells and stores in between cells. Cellular space is known as lymph. Lymph flows from the tissues to heart, assigning the transportation and destroying them. Thus it plays an important role in immune system. So all this you have to remember. Now let's see what are question answers. The question answers are very simple in this. First is the draw the diagram. You can easily draw this diagram from here. Then differentiate between arteries and veins. This answer is given here. Difference between arteries and veins. All the answers are given. Function and components of blood. Your answer number 3 here. And now the question number 4 you have to see. Give regions. Arteries are thick blood vessels and veins have valves. So why the arteries are thick blood vessels? As I told you, because heart is pumping blood at high pressure. So to protect the bursting of this arteries, they are thick walled. Okay, veins have valves to make the flow or ensure the flow in one direction, or you can write the second point, to prevent the backflow of blood. Okay, backflow of deoxygenated blood into the cells. That's why they are having the valves. And what is lymph? It is a tissue fluid which is escapes from the blood capillaries into the intercellular fluid. Hope you like this worksheet. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and comment.